Welcome back. We are well within the second hour of the show, and it's time for hashtag Fire feature, proudly brought to you by Africa Muslims Agency and presented to you by AMA CEO and personal excellence coach Hafiz Imraan Choonara. And today he's asking a very thought-provoking question in this week's Fired Up segment. He's asking, and I quote, "Am I worth someone following, or am I just a loudmouth?" Take a listen. We'll be back after this.
Living a fantastic day today. Write this down. Write this phrase down. Am I someone worth following or just a loudmouth? Now, I hate to be so frank, but think about it. I've got to ask myself this question regularly. Am I genuinely someone worth following, or do I just talk a lot? Ask yourself. In your family, with your friends, are you just a talker? Or do you actually make every attempt to practice what you speak about? Now, it doesn't mean that you can only share what you have perfected in your life, because first of all, you will never perfect everything that you know. Nobody does that, by the way. Even learned people who know so much about spirituality, whatever the case is, and religious affairs and all kind of stuff. Everything they know, it doesn't mean they apply everything they know to their lives. That doesn't make them hypocritical or bad people. They're just human beings. They've studied a lot, they know a lot. But it's not possible for them to apply everything they've learned in perfection in their lives, because they're not perfect. But they make every effort, they should, to apply their knowledge in their lives. So they're not just a talker, they are actually someone worth following, if that makes sense. So now let's talk about you and I. Are we just loudmouths, or are we someone worth following? Again, I use that other example. It doesn't mean everything you learn. It doesn't mean that you can only teach something that you have perfected in your life, because then you'll never teach anything. It's okay for you to teach something you've learned and that you are in the process of applying in your life. Actually, sometimes that's really valuable, because as you are in the process of applying something in your life, you see how tough it is and you learn from your experience. Then when you're teaching it to others, you're teaching it with greater empathy and authenticity. But we must ask ourselves regularly, are we someone genuinely worth following, or are we just a loudmouth? Hard question to ask and to answer, but critically important that we do that regularly.